I'm John Martin.
And I'm Rafael Galliano.
Welcome to Park Winters.
And welcome to our new YouTube channel. We've been dreaming about doing a YouTube channel for many years because the magic of Park Winters is something that we and people who visit us every day and have accessibility to us can tell you about. But for people who don't have complete access, you might live across the country or a long drive away, we're going to be bringing you Park Winters every week, every season, and we're going to be sharing with you about the magic that happens in our kitchen, in our gardens, in our bed and breakfast, and in our flower farm.
Hi everyone, I'm John Martin, and my job here at Park Winters is essentially the overall operations. So we jokingly say that Rafael is in charge of everything you see, and I'm in charge of everything you experience. So I'll be taking care of everything from food, beverage, operations, and essentially everything you'll experience while you're here.
Hi, my name is Rafael Galliano, and at Park Winters, I'm our dreamer, developer, and designer. I work with our flower farm. I've been working with plants since I'm 5 years old, and it's a real joy to share the magic of gardening. If you don't know this already, gardening is America's #1 hobby, and so many people come together in gardening and in flowers and in joy.
Rafael and I met 24 years ago when I grew up on a farm in a small town in Indiana, and my dream was always to live in Florida. And so I finally got the nerve to move, and I met Rafael 4 days later. And then 3.5 months later, we were crossing the Bay Bridge in a U-Haul, and we've been together ever since.
So we moved to San Francisco in November of 2001, right after 9/11, and the city was quiet. People were depressed, and the real estate market was really affordable if you were a buyer. And we bought a really cool loft off of Fillmore Street. That was our springboard into real estate in San Francisco, and we had a lot of fun designing and developing a really cool property. So it's really interesting how Park Winters came about, because we always say that there's gifts in the face of adversity. And so after doing very well in real estate, on the fall of '08, the market crashed because Lehman Brothers tanked and nobody was buying real estate. John and I quickly thought of renting our house on VRBO, which was before Airbnb, and then our home was being used for corporate events and for weddings, etc. And then we were doing so well renting our house that when we were back on our feet, we couldn't afford to move back in because the revenue from the big house was sustaining us. So that's actually how we fell into this business, is by actually being squeezed to a place of fear where we were forced to rent our home. So one day I was laying in bed with a sprained ankle, and I was learning how to use my iPad, because iPads were new 14 years ago. I was solicited to purchase this property. I saw that advertisement. I hit the ceiling because it almost felt like my future flashed before me. And then I started doing a lot of research about Yolo County and agritourism and agriculture. And within a couple days, we were headed here without an appointment.
I was super excited about coming here. Being that I'm from a small town in Indiana, I always thought we'd live in San Francisco because I also knew how much he loved it there. But when we started coming closer to Yolo County, I started seeing all the agriculture. I saw the flat land, which really surprised me. I fell in love with it. And now, fast forward 14 years, I think we both think that, or feel that, we feel more at home here in Yolo County than we felt in our actual homes that we grew up in. This community has just wrapped their arms around us in the most beautiful way, made us feel so comfortable and so welcome here, that this definitely became our home base. Park Winters was built in 1865 by the George Washington Scott family. They were a huge farming family. They had 22,000 acres originally. They came from New York. We actually still have some of the letters they wrote back home on their way here. And just a really cool story as far as that goes. But they're also the same family that Scottsdale, Arizona is named after. And then over the years, the land got smaller and smaller as it changed hands. And we're the fourth owners here in 160 years. and now it's down to 10 acres.
A really sweet story is that we've been fortunate to meet some of the descendants of the Scotts. And there was a lady named Barbara Rokes, and she was born here. And when she was 17, her family sold Park Winters and they moved to the coast and bought a hotel. And when we opened it as a bed and breakfast, she was really touched, and her daughter would bring her down from Klamath Falls on occasion so that she can visit us. And on her 85th birthday, we had a birthday party in the dining room. And then I remember at dessert time, she pulled out these like little fake mustaches that we all had on and had dessert. And then that night she slept in the bedroom that she was born in.
Literally, that she was delivered in the bedroom.
So we have all these really great stories of the descendants of the Scotts. And working with the public is really joyous because you hear things and people bring you information and all sorts of cool stuff.
When we first arrived here, the property did not look like a venue, that's for sure. It was a second home, actually. And so anywhere you see grass now used to be ivy. Lots and lots of ivy, and we all know what lives in ivy. And so one of our first tasks was to rip out all the ivy and replace it with grass. And then our first few years of being here, we were exclusively an outdoor venue. Fortuitously, that was right around the time when mason jar weddings, straw bale weddings were very popular in California. So that worked out in our favor. And then it wasn't until a few years later that we were able to build our indoor event space and turn it into a year-round destination.
It took a lot of work to get the property up to speed, and it was a full year's renovation. And in the beginning, what we did is we turned this property from a private residence into a commercial space. So that meant giving accessibility to people who are in wheelchairs. So we had to put a ramp on the side of the house that blends in really nicely. And we developed a room on the bottom floor that is accessible, and bathrooms as well. And then we got all new electrical, plumbing, sound system, and then a gallery lighting for artwork. We painted the whole house and made it look as nice as possible. But it was only 2.5 years ago that we did a grand renovation where we made it look like what it looks like today, and we elevated the look and the feel.
Park Winters today is a lot of really cool things. We have a beautiful venue where we accommodate the most special of experiences and occasions, from weddings, birthdays, anniversaries, celebrations of life, all kinds of fun, sort of monumental experiences. One thing we have today that we didn't have before is we now have the flower farm as well, where it doesn't have to be anymore where guests say, we'd love to come to Park Winters, but we haven't been invited to a wedding yet. How do we get to come? And so the flower farm was our answer to that predicament, where now people can come and have brunch. They can have dinner. We have a seasonal menu where the menu rotates throughout the year, so it's always fun, interesting, and what's currently growing on the land around us. But it also allows them to connect with nature, where they can pick flowers, they can arrange flowers, take classes, and all kinds of creative outlets that we have now that we're super excited about.
Our motto is Simple Country Luxury. What we consider simple country luxury is giving people privacy, very comfortable beds, very nice linens, robes, and towels. We have a tremendous breakfast and also great food, and we just stay out of people's way so that they can interact and have a great time with their families. So we have a beautiful store that is inside an old cottage, and it's fully accessible as well, and it's really dreamy. We carry products from local purveyors, makers, and all the stuff that we've done. We've curated some really great products. One of the things that I'm most passionate about is our flower farm. When you come, we're serving hot tea and water, and we're playing nice solo piano or classical music. You get to self-tour the grounds on both sides of the property, and then when you're ready, we hand you a bucket and clippers, and you get to pick your own bouquet of fresh flowers. And I always say that if you need to bring down your heart rate, come here, because working with these flowers, dry or fresh, is extremely enriching, therapeutic, and it's a wonderful, loving thing to do with your friends, or if you just come alone and need that time, we're always back here in the flower farm.
One of the most unique things about Park Winters is, and I would say probably our number one niche, is that we serve only one family at a time. So from the time you arrive, you have the entire venue to yourself, so you can really create that specific vision that you've been dreaming about all these years or all the time, but also that our nearest neighbor is a half a mile away. So as far as really being able to spread out, feel private, and create that vision, pretty easy to do.
We say that we have two flavors to our property. The Park Winters side, which was built in 1865 with the bed and breakfast, we refer to that as the European side. And then this side of the property, which is the farm at Park Winters, we refer to it as the farmy side. And the overarching theme and ethos to our farm is that everything here is recycled, repurposed, and reused. And so we're really proud of that. And we're going to be showing you all the repurposed aspects of certain things that happen as we share our channel with you. So hopefully you can come out here and take in the breath of fresh air and bring home some beautiful flowers and a memory that will be everlasting. We're super excited about this year at Park Winters because this year we're launching our YouTube channel that we've been dreaming of doing for a very long time, that we can bring the magic of Park Winters to you, behind the scenes footage of our kitchen, how we grow our flower rows, the creative classes, all the inspiration that people feel when they come here, and sharing the seasonal flowers that are happening in our garden. And as things unfold, you're going to see it first.
One of the main reasons why I'm personally excited about this YouTube channel is I can't tell you how many parties, gatherings, dinner parties we have been to where so many people ask for the sort of the down and dirty details about what we do for a living. So many people want to be in this industry, or they dream of owning a wedding venue or a bed and breakfast. And so that really encouraged me to want to sort of take this leap to share our experience. And we have now just over a decade worth of beautiful stories, but also some really funny stories, cringy stories, everything you can possibly imagine. And so this is going to be really fun to share those stories as well.
So I hope that you all will subscribe and please share with your friends and family so that we can keep sharing these videos with you. And we look forward to all of you following along. I can't thank you enough for your time today. And I hope you have a great time in the garden or in anything creative that you want to do.